tutaweka pesa ya serikali kupunguza gharama ya mtungi ya gas. Ile ya kilo 6 mnanunua 2,500, 2,800, tutaishukisha chini mpaka shilingi 500 ama 300.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your greatest support. Now, fellow Kenyans, before we get deeper into this discussion, I would like us to start from this point. I've got several things to talk about, but we are going to talk about them in bit after bit. But first of all, let's start from Machakos County. And in Machakos County, I would love to say this, that we have a very big problem. Generally, we have a very big problem, not only in Machakos as a county, or maybe governor of Machakos County, that is Odinga, but we have a problem all over the country, especially with our governors, with our leaders, county leaders, the governors. Actually, in the next video, I'm going to talk about the grilling of Johnson Sakaja and how he was trying to explain to the Senate committee that after signing an agreement with William Ruto, that is when he felt like it was right to come for public participation. So I was failing to understand why the public participation then, after you already signed a deal with the president and the things that you signed a deal to are supposed to commence. So what are we as public, what are we going to do? What change are we going to make after you already signed a bill? Because personally, what I believe and what I know is that what needs to happen is, you need to, first of all, you need to have a public participation with the people, to ask them or acquire from them that we want to do this and this. Even when you want to build a house, you have to contact the contractor, you have to look for the engineer, you have to look for the foreman, and then now you have to look for the fundis. That is when now you can say that now you want to start laying the foundation. But you can't just wake up in the morning and lay a foundation after laying a foundation without any making of inquiries from the engineers, or maybe from fundis. And then after doing that, that is when now you remember, oh, kumbe fundi, kumbe engineer anapaswa kuja. That is why we normally see a lot of buildings collapsing, because we don't make acquisitions as early as possible before we start the construction. Anyway, that is what I want us to, I will talk about that in the next video. But in this, I would say this, that I listened to Machakos County Governor Odinga in Machakos Parliament, and I was like, in County Assembly, actually County Assembly of Machakos, and I was like, what is going on?
Planned environment. Madam Speaker and honorable members, my vision for modern administrative hubs is becoming a reality. We have approved sites for world-class institutions, including ultrasound. I'm thinking of hospital. Ultra-modern football. Kenya... decentralized. Madam Speaker, the Department of Public Works has been operating from a condemned building in the demotivated
because yani huyu mama kabisa ameshindwa kusoma, and it is not even about failing to read. I noted something down that the results of hiring somebody in the name of my brother, my sister, my cousin, my nephew, my relative, or my friend who is not qualified. Yet we have got qualified Kenyans who are busy perfecting the art of dear HR, director. Every now and then the qualified people keeps on writing letters that, oh, dear sir, dear madam, dear HR, dear director. They're requesting for the opportunities, sending emails every now and then that never gets replies. And then nepotism are not even hidden anymore. This issue of nepotism, the issue of cronyism is not even hidden anymore. Because these people wear, every moment they wear necklaces with matching pearl earrings, and standing in front of the national flags, singing national anthems. Yet they are unqualified. Like literally, these people, when you tell them to even spell their name, that is why the SG of ODM, the acting SG of ODM, cannot even spell. She's saying seriously. Constitutionalism is a problem simply because these people are never qualified. These people never went to school. We just woke up in the morning and elected them. And then after electing them, the qualified and the unqualified, the learned and unlearned cannot match. So the unlearned only looks for the unlearned fellows to work with them. People that they can understand each other, because they fear wakileta mtu mwenye amesoma sana wanaweza waka-overpower. But they fail to understand that when you are unlearned and then you bring somebody who is more learned than you, this person can help you. So Wavinya Ndeti, that is the governor, Madam Governor of Machakos County, have made me to ask these questions. That how does a whole speech, anataka utasikia tu hiyo speech. I will play you that speech that he was reading, and then after kumaliza kusoma, hata hajamaliza kusoma amekwama kwa njia, akasema kwamba kunywe maji. How does a whole speech reach the county assembly podium without one proofread? How you've not even read it. You've not even, like, there's no proofread of this. You've not even read it. And then tayari ishafika kwa county assembly. And then what happens? Unafika hapo, unashindwa kuisoma. Up to a point that unasema kwamba wacha ukunywe maji kwanza ndio uendelee. And then to make matters worse, fellow Kenyans, to make matters worse, the MCAs, the MCAs, the representatives of the wards are the next unlearned and unprofessional people. Mtu ameshindwa kusoma, alafu anasema kwamba akunywe maji, alafu mnapiga makofi. So I was like, mnapiga makofi kwa sababu huyu mtu ameshindwa kusoma, ama mnapiga makofi kwa sababu huyu mtu amewaambia hold on, I'm sipping water first. So hizi ndio vitu zilifanya siku moja tukapigia William Ruto makofi wakati ambao alikuwa anakunywa maji. And I see them happening again. And they will continue happening if we don't realize that we elected people who cannot even think straight. Hey, please, I would like to urge us. I would like to urge even the people that normally read speeches. Next time, please let the speech pass through you, through a real human being. And ChatGPT has really caused a lot of problems. You might find that this one is a Gen Z, the person who wrote this speech is a Gen Z. Baada ya kuandika speech yake akatuma tu direct. Wakaenda wakaprint speech ya ChatGPT. Governor mwenyewe asianajua speech iko sawa. I'm just going to read it. Please. The second story of the day is the story about ODM. And what is happening in ODM right now is something that, of course, we saw it coming, but we never saw it coming so soon. And William Ruto has really succeeded in destroying ODM, up to a point that even the people of ODM themselves, they don't realize, they don't see that William Ruto may destroy ODM. I'm talking about this because the NEC members, Edwin Sifuna alitolewa, and then sasa jana Karoli Omondi akatolewa, Ruth Odinga akatolewa, of course Kibagende alitolewa wakamreplace na Ongondowere San. So you wonder, kijana mwenye ameingia tu juzi parliament, tayari wanatoa ile mtu mwenye amekuwa hapo, somebody who understands the constitution, who has really served in that committee, wanamuondoa wanaweka mtu mwingine. Seriously.
There were changes that were bound to happen as the ODM wing in the broad-based political arrangement drew the first blood. In the changes, Suba South MP Karoli Omondi, who was recently declared the Secretary General of the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition, was kicked out of his Plum Constitution Implementation and Oversight Committee, where he served as chairperson.
They don't want me to chair CIOC because I'm going to oversight general elections. They want to rig the elections. That's why they don't want me in CIOC. And that is the reason. That is the reason. Because I'm chairing CIOC.
The House leaders sending a statement that dissidents will not be spared.
We have given you a warning. I'm serving a warning, Mr. Speaker, as the leader of minority on my side. Anyone who will not adhere to the party line, Mr. Speaker, you will end up relinquishing your committee seat to a lesser one, Mr. Speaker, so that you get to know that it is the party that rewards people to sit in committees.
Honorable Karoli Omondi, last week, Honorable Speaker, and I did state it here on Thursday, went on national TV to threaten this House that we want to remove him from a committee. I don't know for what position. I am not involved in ODM affairs myself, Honorable Speaker.
Others who were affected in the House fumigation exercise include Kitutu Chache South MP Anthony Kibagendi, who was removed from the powerful Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education and replaced by a greenhorn, Kasipul MP Boyd Were. The leaders saying that was just the beginning.
When you come here, it is your party that decides which committee you'll serve in. It's like the appointment of cabinet in the executive. So those people who are masquerading here thinking that they have an entitlement to any committee, we will deal with you thoroughly.
Several allies of the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua were also affected in the changes, with Naivasha legislator Jane Kihara also moved to the Committee on Member Services and Facilities. However, it was a happy day for the MPs who came back to UDA as they were reinstated to lucrative committees from those considered punishment dockets. They include Githongori MP Gathoni Wamushomba, who was moved back to the Constitution Implementation Committee CIOC from the Committee on Member Services and Facilities. Marakwet MP Timothy Kipchumba was also elevated to the Justice Legal Affairs Committee from the Member Service and Facilities Committee. Juja MP George Koimburi, who recently ditched the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, was also handed two equally powerful dockets. More changes are expected at the Senate.
You know, I've been having problems. Seriously, I've been having problems with the people that we have. And the problems that I've been having with these leaders is that they are not realizing what is happening. You see, the day these guys will realize that ODM imebaki kuwa yao wenyewe, unasikia Junet anasema kwamba when you are elected by the party, when you go to the parliament, it is the party that decides which committee you are supposed to serve in. So if the party doesn't give you doesn't give you any committee, then you're supposed to shut up. That is what they're trying to say though. So watu kama kina Karoli Omondi, they have been suspended, wametolewa kwa committee. Why? The reason why wametolewa is because they are supporting Edwin Sifuna. Is because they don't want, they're against our watu wengine kukula. So Ruth Odinga, imagine to a point that Ruth Odinga anaondolewa kwa nae committee. Of course, the committee is that committee of the party of ODM. Na Oburu Odinga amenyamaza tu. Such are the things, such are the days that we are going to really know who owns ODM. Is it the individual or the public? But of course, personally, what I know is that ODM is owned by the public. In as much as there are people who represent the public there, but it is a public party. The things that are happening right now could have never happened if Raila Odinga was alive. but sasa iliachwa kwa mikono ya nani? Anyway, fellow Kenyans, I would like to know what you think at the comment section. Please don't forget to drop me a comment, tell me what you think, and where exactly you're watching this video from. Until we meet again, I have been your host, Bonfusavino. Bingo.